Yes, Tim, I'm audible. Just ping me in the chat box. Okay, okay. So yesterday we had discussed about the prep 3 part one, right? Where there were few technical concepts as well as the business analyst concepts. So today we are going to discuss about the task, which is a prep 3 part two, Capstone Project 3 part two. So here total which is related to business analyst concepts like illustration techniques, each and everything in detail. We are going to discuss about that. So So before starting the session, so whatever the questions or doubts which may arise during the session, those doubts will be answered once the session is completed. And I request all the participants to message your doubts in the chat box itself. And this recording will be uh, updated and uploaded in the YouTube channel, which is a COEPD Education YouTube channel. You can refer these recordings at any time. So, while coming to the first question, where it is a difference between brainstorming jazz sessions and focus groups. You know all the brainstorming jazz sessions and focus groups. So here you need to add the differences between these three illustration techniques. Okay, so brainstorming, you know all that, like it is mainly used to generate ideas, right? And The output of these brainstorming, like to generate the ideas, concepts, and solutions for any challenges. And here, all the subject matter experts or senior BAs and as a BA, we should involve in these sessions, right? So, and JAR session, while coming to JAR session, this JAR session, the acronym of JAR session is Joint Application Development. So, where as a business analyst, we and the technical people collaboratively work on the requirements. Okay, this session will be conducted in the technical aspect, whenever the technical team facing any challenges or issues while implementing the software for the application. So then we collaboratively involve in this session. So so that we can prepare the documents and on the requirements like that. So and the focus groups, coming to the focus groups, like here it is also similar to brainstorming, but here we will focus us on the uh, like a particular stakeholders. Okay, target audience we can say. Okay, so here there were two types in the focus groups. One is homogeneous and heterogeneous. Homogeneous in the sense so the stakeholders are the audience which are belong to the similar domain. So if we collect the feedback or requirements from the similar domain, then we can say it is a homogeneous focus group type. And heterogeneous, if we have like if you gather the feedback or requirements from the different domain stakeholders, okay, then it will be called as the heterogeneous. Okay, so like in this way, like you can add the more differences between these three illustration techniques. Okay, so and while coming to the second question, why document analysis is more important in a projects? You know all document analysis, why we will conduct. So document analysis, like understanding of the documents of the application or a system which is already built, right? So it is mainly used to understand all the requirements which can provide the valuable information about the existing project, so that we can define the scope for the next project like that. Okay, so that's how you can add, and this document analysis plays a vital role in the projects. Okay, so that's how we can add. And third question is reverse engineering. What is reverse engineering? You know all that reverse engineering is nothing but examining the project. Okay, in reverse order, like extracting the knowledge from the project which is already built. And here we are going through the project and understanding how it will be implemented, each and everything. Yeah. the implementation structure, each and everything, we will understand those things. And here there were two types. Two, it is divided into two categories. One is black box reverse engineering, and the second one is white box reverse engineering. So in the black box here, these reverse engineering is known for without examining, okay, without like as a BA, you need not to have the like how internally it is working. Okay, so we should know only the outline of the project, how it is working. And white box, it only it's we should understand the both internal structure and how system will work. Okay, like internal and external, both we should have the knowledge on. Okay. And the next question, fifth question is observation technique. So fifth question now, which is the observation technique. Okay, observation technique. All that, like it is like commonly we can say that would be a research and gathering the requirements by collaboratively working with the stakeholders, right? And here, so here there were two types. So one is active approach, and the second one is passive observation technique. So active in the sense, like as a BA, we should involve and we should directly engage with all the stakeholders, and we will work in the projects. Okay, there will be direct interaction with all the participants in the uh, organization or a project team. Okay, and passive means like we don't directly involve in the project. Okay, there will be no interaction between the participants with us. uh, so here just we observe the things and we should learn like how it is going. Okay, so that's how we can add the differences between these two approaches of the observation technique. So, and the next question is requirement workshop. So, workshop, all that, like where it is conducted with all the stakeholders who are going to participate in the project, right? So, this mainly this workshop is used to capture the requirements, right? And it may be used to define the scope of the project, and we should estimate and we will explain each and every requirements to all the stakeholders in the team, right? So, requirement workshop, nothing but like we will discuss on the requirements, particular requirements to define the agenda, and we should collaboratively communicate with the all the stakeholders, right? So this is how you can add the what is the requirement workshop in the document. So and the next question is, so here the next question which is so what is interview technique? Okay, so what is interview technique? So it is also similar to focus groups only, but here we will focus on the individuals. Okay, with the like direct communication will be there with the key stakeholders. So this interview technique will be conducted on in various contexts, like so whatever it may be in the during the requirement gathering or any stakeholder analysis or anything in the project. Okay, so this interview technique helps us to extract the valuable insights and what are the needs from the different individuals who are affected by the project, right? So this is how you can add the but the interview technique. And here there are two types. So one is structured interviews and another one is unstructured interview. So we need to add what is structured interview and what is unstructured. Structured interview, nothing but which follows a predefined set of questions. Like we will prepare the set of questions. So so that we can ask them like that we can we get the requirements or whatever it may be like so that's the purpose of conducting structured interviews. Unstructured in the interviews, like so here questions are not predefined. Okay, questions are not predefined. So based on like so but based on that situation, like regarding the project we will ask the questions so that you'll know the all the needs of what the needs of the business owner like individuals. Okay. And the next question is questionnaire technique. So generally, questionnaire technique is used to gather the feedback from the wide range of people. Okay, so you can consider it as a survey, conducting the survey among the different people to collect the feedback from them. Okay, so here, this questionnaire technique involves presenting the set of the written questions, which is already predefined. So to the stakeholders or respondents who are giving feedback into us and collecting the responses from them from the survey. Okay, so that's a questionnaire technique is. And next question is how to sort the requirements. Sorting, sorting in the sense of rearranging of the requirements in the alphabetical order, like in that manner. Okay, so generally, why we need to do sorting on the requirements means so to remove the redundancy requirements, to remove the redundant requirement. Redundant in the sense duplicated. Okay, duplicated or it's a repeated requirements. So as a BA, like we document the requirements, right? Whatever we had gathered the requirements from the client. So each and every document will be documented. So in that document, so on that requirements, we will do the sorting and we will rearrange the requirements so that we can know what are the requirements that have may get repeated. Okay, so that's how we need to sort the requirements to remove those redundancy or repeated requirements, and also we can categorize them. Okay, based on the sorting, we can categorize them what comes under functional and what comes under non-functional requirements. Okay, so that's the purpose of sorting the requirements. And the next question is how to prioritize the requirements. You know that prioritization, like so based on the priority, we will implement the requirements. We will add those requirements into development, right? So first of all, those requirements will be implemented, and then later on another requirements which has the less priority, we will implement those. Okay, so this prioritization plays a vital role in the projects. Okay, which helps teams to focus on the what is the most important requirement for the success of the project, right? So, whatever the requirements which provides high business value and impact on the dependencies on the software or a project. So, those requirements only will be implemented and will be prioritized first, and then it will be implemented in the project. Okay, so that's how we'll prioritize the requirements. And here there were few techniques will be there. So one is Moscow. Okay, we can call it as Moscow. And second one is MVP. Okay, so in like generally there were more techniques also there. Like mostly this Moscow technique will be used. So here Moscow technique is more advanced version, like while comparing to the other prioritization techniques. So Moscow means must have, should have, could have, would have. So must have means like what are the requirements that must be there in the application. Okay, which has the high priority. Okay, those requirements will be implemented first. Those requirements will be added to the must have, and should have means like later on we can add these requirements. So that kind of requirements we can add under should have, and good have means so if the requirements implemented or non-implemented, so whether the application runs successfully. Okay, so those kind of requirements we can add under the would have means would have or won't have. Okay, w in the sense would have or won't have. Okay, those requirements we can add in this section. Okay, and the next technique we call it as MVP, minimum viable product. So it is a traditional prioritization technique. So MVP, minimum viable product. So whatever the essential features or what are the essential requirements that need to be implemented first. So only those requirements will be added and implemented in the project. And later on, like remaining requirements will be added to the product. Okay, so that's how prioritization techniques, and that's how we can prioritize the requirements. Okay, so based on considering the factors such as business and business value and impact. Okay, and next question is weekly status reporting. So what is weekly status reporting? Weekly status reporting, it is a formal document like where which provides a summary of the all the work whatever you had done in a week. Okay, so how activities are like how challenges we had faced, so whatever the activities we have done, okay, and in the next week, what are the tasks we are going to start? So each and everything we will report in this weekly status reporting. Okay, so in this weekly status reporting, like few questions we need to answer, like what you have been working on recently. Okay, so what you had accomplished, like what you had started in this week, and what are your top priorities, and what are the challenges you are going into next week. Okay, so these are the questions that may add it to the weekly status reporting. Okay, that's how you can add. Okay, and the next process is meeting of minutes document. In short, we call it is MOM. So this document is nothing but this will be prepared after any meeting has done. Okay, so in that my meeting, so whatever the discussions we made, like what are the tasks that are assigned, so on what the particular meeting has conducted, like agenda, you can say. So it is official record, like during the meeting, which helps us to ensure that everyone on the same page regarding the key points and actions. Okay, whatever we had discussed, that discussions we will uh, write formally, that we call it as a meeting minutes of meeting document. Okay, so in short we call it as MOM. Okay, so whatever the decisions we made, okay, each and everything we will document in this MOM document. Okay, so here you can see the sample template. So like meeting title, okay, and the date and time, location where you have conducted, attendance, who participated in that meeting, and agenda and discussion summary. Okay, decisions made and actions items. Okay, who initiated the meeting, and due date, and agenda summary. Okay, so when will be the next meeting regarding the same, and meeting title, date and time, location, expected attendance. Okay, so this is how we can add. Okay, so this is a template that we need to follow. Got it? And the next question is what is change tracker document? So you know the change request, right? So whatever the change request we collect from the client or a business owner, so that change we need to track it, right? Whether it is implemented or not, in which stage it is currently. Okay, so this change record document is used by the project team to track each and every change request, whatever he got from the client, and throughout the life of the project. Okay, so this like template, like date on which date received, and version of the project or change request, and document change, what kind of documents that we need to change regarding the change request, and the name of that, and the title and signature who had approved by. Okay, like our project manager, like that, right? So that's how we can add. Okay, that's a change tracker document. And the next question is difference between waterfall and agile methodology. You know that waterfall model, what is waterfall model, how the process will be done. So in waterfall model, which follows the sequential methodology guidelines, and it so it follows the linear approach, like where like each and every stage will be completed after completion of previous stage, right? So here while coming to agile, which is a like latest or modern development models, which follows the like iterative and incremental approach, right? So well, coming to flexibility, this waterfall model is less flexibility, and it is less adaptability to the projects. And agile which ensures the flexibility as well as the adaptability, right? So here, in traditional models, like the customer involvement is very less while comparing to the agile development models, right? So in agile development, continuous or frequent client collaboration will be there throughout all the process, right? So this is how we can add the differences between these questions. Okay, these two topics of which are waterfall model and agile methodology. Okay, so that's it, team. So here these were the questions that should have in the prep 3 part 2 task. Okay, so in this manner you need to answer those questions and you need to prepare the document. You got it? So okay, team, I'm done with the session. If you have any doubts, please let me know.